Today we're going to talk about metabolic slowdown. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful out here today. I've been working inside with clients and thought I'd step out and see what the weather was like. It's just a little bit warm and there's no wind, which has been so nice because we're in California and there's been a lot of wind. That said, it's January. We're all getting back into the swing of it, into the thick of it. You know what? It's pretty typical. It's a busy life. That said, today we're going to be talking about metabolism and the reasons why metabolic slowdown happens in the menopausal body. Today we're going to talk about metabolic slowdown. It's the response that the body has to chronic dieting. We've all been there. Fat loss is not easy. And the metabolism is what we are, kind of a slave to. And the fact that we mostly have applied a diet mentality to our lives, trying to keep the weight off, it makes sense that our metabolism slows down as a result. There's a couple key factors: our thyroid function, our chronic high cortisol, and liver dysfunction. Liver health is critical to fat loss. Our ability to lose fat has a lot to do with the health of our liver. And a lot of us have heard of fatty liver. Well, that's something that we need to be concerned about. And we want to understand how well our liver functions, especially if we're having problems maintaining or achieving fat loss. If you've been bouncing all over the place with yo-yoing, eating well, eating low carb, eating high protein, and then falling off the wagon and eating high carb, processed, junk foods, then it stands to reason that your body has a lot of inflammation, higher cortisol than needed, and your liver is going to be taxed. If you do have a fatty liver, it's going to hamper your fat loss ability. And if you do have a fatty liver, it's going to impact your ability to fast. If you know anything about how I counsel you in fat loss, we use fasting. It's the fastest way to fat loss. So if we're flanked by a slow metabolism, what can we do to change it? Conventional wisdom has kind of teed up this fallacy of, low calorie dieting, so you don't gain weight. Well, I watch many of you eat so carefully. You restrict your eating, and that boils down to low calorie dieting. Many times you're eating plenty of protein and you're eating quality carbohydrates, but you're just not eating enough. That alone is going to be kind of job one of the metabolism to turn down the flame, because you just aren't bringing in enough fuel for metabolic processes to happen. And our body's designed to keep us alive. And you know what? If there's a little bit of extra fat around and you're eating sparsely and your body doesn't have enough energy, then you're just going to kind of move further into the problem, because your body can't release fat because you don't have enough metabolism to actually do that. And oftentimes it's this chronic low-calorie dieting that kind of sets us up for failure, because we're never ever, it's like we're feeding ourselves these little tiny meals and day in and day out, all day long, because we're basically starving, and we can go another 2 hours and then we have to eat something. And so you eat a little bit of something, and then you go a little bit further and you eat a little bit more something, and it's all low-calorie food, but it's just not doing the job. It's not allowing the body to kind of tap into stored fat. It's that little teeny bit of insulin-producing food source that is, you know, a bite of this, a bite of that, a half a power bar, a snack here. And when we're doing that type of dieting, I mean, it's just disaster. You know, so many of us like to add in things, and we like to layer on something new that we heard about, but we very often, you know, really resist taking something out of the routine, right? And if we've been doing this kind of low-calorie diet lifestyle, it's really hard to kind of sprinkle in longer intermittent fasts or 24-hour fasts. And I know you're not going to like to hear it, but that's what we're going to kind of tee up today. How can we get into being safe with fasting? It's a big deal. Fasting will be your ticket to long-term health. Intermittent fasting and longer-term fasting has so many benefits. A longer term, like a 24 to 36 hour fast, will kill off senescent cells. It'll kill old cells and old and dying cells. And the less old and dying cells we have in aging bodies, the newer we become, because fasting increases your growth hormone, and we want to regenerate, not degenerate. When I talk about longer fasts, I'm not wanting for you to be restricting and denying yourself. I'm offering a way for you to, I'm wanting you to shift your mindset and be able to start to kind of lean into the fact of a longer fast. And if you don't fast at all, you know, you're not going to do this right off the bat. It's going to take time for you to work up to feeling safe enough to administer a longer fast. When I talk about the fasting lifestyle, I want to make sure that you know you need your protein and you need clean food. And when we're, you know, getting enough protein in, we need to be able to actually process and digest the protein that we're getting. Eating high protein takes strong stomach acid. We need adequate stomach acid to be able to break down the animal protein that we're eating. Now, fasting will help improve digestion overall. And an intermittent fasting practice is going to really tee up some really good ability if you have lost stomach acid. Stomach acid, by way of digestive enzymes, is really something I suggest that you supplement with. I have a new favorite digestive enzyme. It's called MassZymes by Optimizers. It's a super comprehensive blend of digestive enzymes, and I really am enjoying it. Eating low carbohydrates, eating high protein and more animal protein, if you're not feeling good doing that, then you're going to want to really have a digestive enzyme to be able to help break down the protein in the stomach, because you don't have ample stomach acid and good quality bile to be able to do that. And it's about moving forward and being able to break down protein properly so that your body can assimilate it and absorb it and utilize it and benefit from it. What we eat matters, and the best way for us to be able to repair is to eat good food and then give the body time to repair. And fasting does this faster than anything that I can find. The body requires time off to repair and rebuild, just like the rest of us. So lean into considering adopting a fasting lifestyle for overall general health and longevity. Can you challenge yourself to commit to a 24 or a 36-hour fast in the next 3 weeks? I tell ya, it's a really, really good idea. And we're not trying this for fat loss. Yes, we are, but I want you to kind of flip the switch in your mind and see if you can kind of fathom a different approach. And let's not focus on fat loss for a bit. Let's focus on healing the gut. Let's focus on healing the metabolism and getting into baby steps for having the tools and practices on board so that you have what you need so that your body can actually do what your intention is in losing fat. Does that make sense? Now, yes, of course, if you have mad inflammation, if you have inflammation on the body, you're gonna lose water weight, especially if you succeed at a 24-hour fast. And that's empowering. You're gonna lose water weight if you eat a clean diet with low carb and high protein. I want you to start fashioning your intake so that you feel really comfortable, that you're not hungry, that you have plenty of food, and then stop the food with a longer term fast. And I challenge you to kind of lean into keeping busy that day. You can drink all the water you want. You can do black coffee, black tea. If you need to do bone broth, I would prefer a homemade bone broth, but they do sell really good quality gelatinous bone broths, and that's going to be very supportive. Make sure you have plenty of salt in there. You can do electrolytes. Make sure they're sugar-free. You can do apple cider vinegar and water. And if you need some training wheels, maybe you do a serving of essential amino acids like the optimal aminos. Obviously, you're going to pick a day that there's not, family commitments for meals. And if you do make meals for others, then you just kind of put on your big girl panties and decide that you can do this and get through that 24 to 36-hour fast and know that you're cleansing your body, you're healing your digestive tract, you're kind of refashioning your relationship with food. How hungry do you get? Where does your mind go? Keep busy in that fasted state. Clean out some, clutter that you haven't gotten to. Go outside and get a walk in. Obviously, if you're metabolically broken, then you're going to be working your way into this. If you don't succeed the first time, that's okay. But fasting is empowering. And when you master that first 36-hour fast, you'll be blown away at how amazing you'll feel, first of all, and how empowering it is to actually do something you didn't think you could do. Okay, the next important factor of mastering a fasting practice is being able to eat well after the fast. A lot of people will say maybe after that 36-hour fast, you want to eat, low carb, super low carb that next day. That next 24 hours, maybe you're eating meat only. And that doesn't have to be it, but you choose. And if you're really serious about fat loss, boy, is that going to take you far. And the trick is not to go willy-nilly into the refeeding phase and eat a burger and fries. That's not going to make sense. Your body can't handle it. You're not going to feel good. Have a really healthy meal, a meal that really sustains you, supports you. Maybe you're going to do like a minestrone soup with some butternut squash and good quality protein. Maybe you're going to have some chicken sausage, some pork sausage in that soup, and have a couple of meals of that. Have a smoothie without a lot of sugar in it, with a high protein beef isolate or organ meat protein. Don't have a whole banana in there. That's too high carb. But maybe some berries and some high quality raw dairy. There's so many things. Have a egg scramble with some vegetables, something light and supportive and nutritious to really refuel you after that long-term fast. And sit with yourself and just kind of appreciate how far you've come if you've never done anything like this. When you're feeling supportive and mindful about something that you've intended to master, it takes you so far into I can do it. And having that under your belt, that's going to go far. Yeah, you're going to fall down and you're going to really make mistakes. But understanding how important it is to just keep going at something that you know will kind of boost your lifestyle, well, that's a huge, huge thing in success. So for the next few weeks, we're going to practice eating clean, practice eating plenty of fuel. If you've done the jump start, go back to the paperwork and calculate your macros. Make sure that you're eating enough protein for your body size. If you want to weigh 150 pounds, then you're going to want to arrive at 90 to probably 110 grams of protein every single day. If that seems impossible, then you work up to that and cut the carbohydrates, cut the sugar, cut the processed food. Focus on vegetables, focus on quality foods. Maybe you're eliminating grains, but eat a clean, high protein, low carb diet and make sure you're getting all your protein in. And then when you feel like you've done that for maybe a week, then maybe figure out a day to do a 24 to 36 hour fast. Being able to execute a plan, well, that's big. And having the bandwidth and the physical ability to do that, that takes effort, it takes practice, it takes some serious intentional will, but you know what? You can do it. I can't tell you how many women that I talk to that have tried everything and just haven't felt successful or have been able to maintain success. Completing a 24-hour fast or a 36-hour fast is one of the biggest needle movers in healing your metabolism, healing your relationship with food, healing your mindset, and I'll encourage it every single day. If you haven't done it, if you've been dieting for a lifetime and you've never done a 36-hour fast, I challenge you to give it a try. And it's not like you haven't been hungry before, right? But if you've tried it and still don't feel like you've successfully mastered it, then maybe it's time to kind of lean into trying something new. Maybe the microdosing GLP-1 protocol that I offer to my clients is right for you. Maybe having a jumpstart session with me to kind of get you sorted out so that you have a plan to follow, a safe plan that makes sense for longevity, for improving your metabolic health. That metabolic slowdown is no joke. And having some tools in your toolbox, that goes far in successful, maintenance. I want to offer safe and effective tools that make sense, that aren't radical or detrimental to your overall health. We're here to build health. As an aging woman, we need to understand it in a different way if everything we've been doing hasn't been working. So as a functional nutritionist, I can provide sound and very doable practices and protocols to really help you succeed. Whether you're in perimenopause, right in the smack middle of menopause, or postmenopausal, these tools will help you succeed and help your body maintain and improve your health overall. Living in a body that feels good is so important, and I enjoy it, and I want that for you. Let me know if you've completed the 24-hour fast or the 36-hour fast. I want to know in the comments how it was for you. I know you can do this. Give yourself grace if you fail the first time. Don't feel like you failed, because we're never going to get this job done, ladies. We're going to have to eat, and we're going to have to, live a healthy lifestyle forevermore. If this was helpful, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe to my channel. Check out my website and some of the products that I recommend. It'll help your healthy lifestyle practice be seamless and more fun. And thanks for being here. Come for the fat loss, stay for the longevity. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.